I'm here with Carter. Carter is one of my mentees. Decided to do this quick interview, ask him a few questions regarding his trading journey, how he got started and where he's currently at, and hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two from it.
Absolutely. My name's Carter. I've been a part of BoomingFX now, and I've had the privilege to be under the brilliant mentorship of Mino and all the coaches here. And yeah, I've been here for like over a year now, and I'm still a plumber. And yeah, it's been a journey for me, but I just look forward to learning every day. I'm just a student of the game, really. So really privileged to be here.
Love it. So Carter, can you please tell us, how did you get started with BoomingFX? Like, how did you find BoomingFX?
The way that I found BoomingFX actually was really weird, because I basically like went to a party and like I got this chick Snapchat, and then whatever, like 6 months later, she ended up like mentioning you on her story, and she's like, yo, like shout out BoomingFX for, I made like 10K this month.
I remember she did make,
and I was like,
it was one day actually.
It was 1 day?
She made 10K in 1 day, I remember.
So I was like, well, that's pretty crazy, you know? I was 16 at this time, so I was like, okay, you know, that's pretty crazy. I was working at McDonald's, so I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna make that much over the course of this entire summer. So I was like, all right, we'll give it a shot. And then I had no idea like that it was even trading or anything. Like I thought it was like stocks or something, but I just like, he added me back on Snapchat right away, and I never messaged him, but I just like kind of stalked his stories and like everything for like years. Like I would like
something that OG
4
did.
years, I think. And then I just like stalked him, and then I was like, I watched his like whole mentorship thing grow, because he was like, I got my first 50 people locked in.
Right, I remember.
And then I just kept watching and watching, and I was like, oh, like shit, maybe it is real. And then one day, he's like, he put something on his story, I don't remember what, but it was like, basically like, if you're gonna get serious about this, like just do it now. And I was like, all right, like what's $75 a month, you know, to a guy working at McDonald's. So shot him a message, and then yeah, I got started right after that, and he told me to. I remember like the first thing he said to me was like, he's like, okay, I got your money from the PayPal, and he's like, Carter, please take this seriously. And I was like, because I don't know, I was always like a kind of weird kid where I always had such an open mind when I was growing up, like 16 or so. And like I was always a Y kid too. So I guess that's why trading like starting to make a lot more sense to me now than when I first started. But I've always like had people like just tell me how open-minded I am. So I was like,
that's good.
I just come at it with everything with a beginner's mindset. So I was like, you know what? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I lose a bunch of money in a month, and then at least I can say that I did it. You know, I tried to do something for myself.
Yeah. And
that's what ended up happening. I made a little bit of money in the first month, and then fast forward 6 months, I was down a lot of money. And then fast forward 8 months, and I was still like, I was down even more money. And then I was like, okay, awesome. But I don't even, like, that's the thing too, is like, I didn't know like why at first I stuck with it. But it was like crazy too. Like Mino was always telling me too, he's like, Carter, man, like, just trust it. Like you're gonna get it. And I just always like, with Mino telling me, like, I don't know, everybody my whole life has always told me like, Carter, like you're gonna grow up and do great things. Like since I've been like 12 years old, and not to like say that in like an arrogant way, but I believe it. Like I always believed it, like with baseball and everything. Like everybody just always told me, they're like, you're capable of like being the best at whatever you want to be at. So like at that time, like I was the best baseball player that I could be at, like the best, athlete. And I was like, well, like, and it's like done me well. Like anything I've put my mind to, like I can't say that over the course of time and me putting in like a full effort, like I haven't like failed at anything. Like I've failed like in the short term, but that to me is not the definition of failure, you know?
At all.
As long as like, I've always been a firm believer in this too, like it's only truly a failure if you didn't learn something from it. And I think now reflecting upon this, like that's what kept me going, is I was always learning something from these mistakes. And I would, like I've showed Mino this too, like I have a massive thing of notes now with a bunch of like every call, like every time I've learned something, I've put it in there. So that's what kept me going, is like, and he was always telling me too, he's like, the only way you lose is if you quit. And I was like,
absolutely.
I don't know. I always hated quitting things, and I hated losing even more than I loved winning. And I was like at the point now where I'm like, I know I'm like gonna make this. And I just kept telling myself that and telling myself that. And like, I knew I full-heartedly believed it too. And like, I was learning stuff, and I would tell like my sister, like the only person I've ever told about this stuff is like, it's just a matter of time. And she's like, but you're down so much money. Like, are you sure this isn't a scam? And I'm like, I'm sure this is not a scam because someone right in front of me has done it. And it's like, why not me, right?
Yeah, that's the mindset. Yeah.
And yeah, that's just kind of like, yeah, the only thing that's kept me going.
Yeah, pretty much everything that Carter just mentioned, right? I'm very transparent. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
Like, I'm sure when you messaged me, I was like, yo, are you going to take this serious? That's number one, right? If you're doing something, just make sure you're very, very, very serious about it, because there's no point of starting something knowing that I'm just going to give it a try. Like, just be like, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to take it very serious, and I'm going to be consistent with it, right? That's the mindset that I had when I started, right? Obviously, when I started, you know, I found this one guy on YouTube, right? And this guy was just like, you know, selling courses or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I tried it. It did not work, right? But that one day I remember that I made $10 from, I still remember. I still got that one video on my Snapchat, by the way. I think I made $10 from that one asset I was trading at that time. And then that's when I realized, I'm like, if I can make $10, there's, you know, I'm sure if I build my own edge up, I can make $100, I can make $500, and so on and so on and so on. Since then, I actually quit this guy's mentorship, because after I bought his courses, I never heard from the guy, just added me in the group, and nobody, like, he's just like ghosted everyone, right? So I decided to quit his Telegram group chat, and then I started building my own edge, right? First year, lost a lot of money. Close, I think I was break even probably second year, right? The first 2 years, I probably lost like well over $40,000, right? So I was pretty much working in the lab, getting paid, and put it in my trading account and blow it, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. And again, I was following the crowd at that time, right? I was trading like everybody else, because what I learned, just like everybody learned it, right? It was nothing new. And that's one thing about trading as well, right? You have to stay as far away from the crowd as possible, and you have to build your own edge, right? You have to build your own edge, and you have to keep it as much as possible as well. And like I always tell people as well, a strategy is not an edge, right? The strategy is kind of like the blueprint to let you in, but what's going to keep you over a long period of time is an edge, right? Like your risk management, your risk to reward ratio, fundamental analysis, and so on and so on. And your mindset as well. Are you the type to close the trade too early? Are you the type to move your stop loss too early? And so on and so on and so on. There's so much more that goes into trading than just like, you know, buying low and selling high. In a sense, you have to be so weird. Like if everybody's going right, you have to go left. Right. So that's what I decided to do. And it did pay off. Right. So, and here I am now, the founder of the largest trading corporation in Edmonton, right? But nonetheless, enough about me. I just have a few questions for you, Carter, right?
Of course.
So,
Carter, can you please tell us your experience with BoomingFX?
It's been top tier. Like I can't say like that there's ever been a bad moment or like an interaction that I've had with Mino or anybody that is working under him where I've been like, man, that was like just a bad interaction. And like the trades are there, like the skill set is there, the edge is there, and all of the teaching and all of the coaching like you could ever need. Like people like how many people do you buy a program or you buy like, it's not even like people don't even sell mentorships, but you buy something from them and they're like, hey, like I'm gonna answer my phone for you at any time of day. Like sometimes I can't even call my mom at like a certain hour, but Mino will answer. Like there's just I've never met anybody else who works as hard as this guy, and to have someone like that like on your side in your corner like is like, I don't know, in my opinion you can't put a price on that, because there's only so many people in the world who like are doing something like that, and so many people in the world too who have found a niche and have stuck with it for so many years and have been like become like truly like an expert like in anything, like
Absolutely.
Whether it's like golf or baseball. Like how many people do you really know who are truly like Bruce Lee, who have practiced a kick 10,000 times?
Right.
Like I don't, because I know me personally, like I've only been on this planet for 21 years, but I can only count on one hand how many people that I know who are like that. So even that right there, like even if like he was an asshole, like I'd still follow him, but he's not, like he's the most genuine, down to earth guy. And like I know him on a personal level now, I would say even too. And like I just never had a bad interaction with a guy too. So even like, how many people have you never had a bad interaction with? Like
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. I can't say enough good things about you, man, to be honest. And
Appreciate
there's not
it.
a lot
I'm
of
just-
people on the world like that, really.
Yeah,
Like,
but it goes back to that one saying again, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, right? That's pretty much me. You know what I mean? Like Carter said, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I'm up, you know what I mean? I don't know, I just love it. I'm just obsessed, right? And that's the only way to make it. It goes beyond trading, to be honest, right? If you're trying to make it at anything in life, yeah, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to be obsessed to the point that this is your life, this is you, right? Like I'm so great at what I do. It's just like if I take a setup, if I take a trade, I'm in deep drawdown, I'm not even worried. Because I've seen it so many times, and I'm like, it's just a matter of time before that setup goes my way. I'm just confident like that when it comes to it, because I've been doing this for almost 7 years now. And the thing is, you can ask anyone who kind of know me on a personal level. Like I've been doing this like at least bare minimum 10 plus hours a day for the last 7 years. You know what I mean? It's just like it's impossible. Like imagine you kicking a ball against the wall for like 7 years straight. So you're gonna become so great at just kicking the ball like in a straight line, right? So that's my motto, to be honest. You just gotta be obsessed. You gotta be obsessed. Gotta be obsessed with it. So would you say that you're in a position to be able to do this full time as a profession?
now, yeah, absolutely. Like with where my mindset is at and with the capital that I've accumulated, yeah, I just don't think like the only thing stopping it is me. And like as of right now, I've put in the work on myself, or I've got a pretty good rein on where my head's at. So starting to get that confidence for sure.
Okay, regarding capital now, how did you manage to get that much capital?
Just took the signals. I followed in your footsteps, like to the best of my ability, which was pretty damn close to exact, I would say.
Yeah.
And it like just one BTC trade, and that was all the funded I have.
Do you mind walking us over that one BTC swing trade?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's crazy. So what we took it at like 78 or something was like the first entry.
79.
Or 79.
Yeah.
So actually I don't even think I was gonna do a funded challenge, because I was like, man, I don't know if I'm ready. But Mino told me, he was like, Carter, just buy a challenge right now, only take BTC. And I was like, what, really? And he's like,
Yeah.
but that was like, I was just starting to get a grasp on the power of swing trading and really delving deep into the aspects of it and just how much power it truly has. So I was like, you know what? Guys never led me astray before, so I'll buy 2. And then it went in. So first entry, we hit stop loss. I was down 3.6%, 3.5% or whatever. No, it would have been 3%, because then I would have been, I would have lost the account. Down 3% between 2 accounts. And at this point, like me, 6 months before that, I would have more than batted an eye. I know I would have been like, holy shit, like there's a lot of coin. But at this point now, like I knew that my edge like was my mental. So I trusted the process. And then it went back up to 82. And I remember like it went up to 82.05, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, hey, Mino, like, you called second entry on this thing. I'm buying another account just to be safe.
I remember.
And he's like, oh, I already did too. And I was
Right?
like,
I'm like,
oh,
let's do it. Yeah,
I was like, all
remember.
right, we're in this now. So then I bought another fresh account, and then entry was 82, and then it just it melted after that. And then it was like 3 weeks later, it was stop loss or take profit. And then I remember Mino texted me one day, he's like, Carter, yo, we really need this one to hit. And I was like, yeah, pretty much, man. These other 2 accounts are done if this one doesn't hit, but we always just buy another one, right?
Absolutely.
And then it hit. So then I got 300K accounts after that one trade. And like, that's all I took. Like, yeah, that's just what I did. It was stop loss or funded.
So how much did you make across all accounts?
Across all, like with the challenges, those were each like, I had to make 13K on 2 of them because they were already down the 3%. And then the fresh one, I was in drawdown for like maybe like a day or 2, and then it also dropped. So I made like 36K on that with just the Bitcoin trade. And then on my personal account, I made another like 4,000 Canadian.
So you made
So like 40 grand in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks, off of one BTC
Off
swing
of a
trade.
single trade.
That is insane,
Yeah, while still plumbing on top of that.
right?
Just
So now, since you're well over 300K funded, and I'm sure your personal account is up really well as well. So on average right now, with all the capital that you have, how much do you think you'd make per month?
Well, the goal is honestly just 10K. Well, actually, no. The goal is just to do 5% a month, because I think risking 0.3 to 0.5% to make 5% a month is like more than reasonable, because I would be
Absolutely.
getting anywhere between 1.2 and 1.5% on one trade, taking like maximum 2-3 trades a week. I think that is more than reasonable, and that's the goal as of now.
Love it. So now you're ready to go full time. You know, only
Yeah.
yourself is stopping you from not going full time.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. So Carter, what's next for you now? Like, are you still trying to acquire more capital, or what's next?
What's next? I'm still trying to just get more capital, like from the fundeds and from my job, that I can just put into my personal account and grow that thing, so that there'll really be no stopping me, really.
Love it. And then, would you recommend BoomingFX to a family member, to friends?
To anybody I know who I think would make it in the scene.
Love it. Love it. There's one thing I wanted to ask as well. So to anyone watching this right now, to anyone thinking on starting their trading journey, what one message would you tell them? What would you tell them? Would you tell them, to start, to wait?
No, I've thought about this one a lot, actually. And the only thing that comes to mind to myself is like not to wait, because the best time to plant a tree was 5 years ago, but the second best time is today. But my one message for anybody starting this journey is to just master your mental. Like, because
Absolutely.
everybody in essence has the same 6 million year old caveman brain, and whether you see it or not, trading profitably goes against every single hardwired thing that you have in that brain. So you have to slowly, sometimes painfully, learn to rewire that brain, because like at the end of the day, like even myself, like my technical analysis on like is, even par at best. And I know that, but that's not my edge. My edge is my mind, like how I wake up in the morning, how I start my day is
Absolutely.
what my ability to follow the plan, even when I'm down $10,000 over 8 months. I never once asked, why am I doing this? I would tell myself, like, you're already profitable. The results just haven't caught up to you yet. And the only thing stopping you is yourself. And like the sooner you face the reality that you're the problem, like the sooner you're gonna make it. Because like you can have the best strategy in the world with a 90% win rate, a 1 to 5 risk to reward, but if you don't master the thing in between your ears, it's nothing. Because that's what I believe to like be the real edge.
That's the key. I've said it before. Carter is like I've mentored well over 1,000 plus mentees, right? And I always tell people the stats do not lie. When it comes to trading, right? 90 to 95% of retail traders lose money over a long period of time and ultimately quit after a few months. It goes to say that even when it comes to BoomingFX, when it comes to myself as a mentor, I've only seen like maybe 3 or 4 of my mentees going full time. Right. So think about it. That's 4 out of 1,000. Right. So it's not even about, BoomingFX is not a real mentorship program or Mino is a bad coach, but that just stats. Right. And there's nothing I can do about it. So anyone watching this, if you're serious enough on starting your trading journey, that's the key. You have to be extremely serious about it. Right. And then if you do see yourself doing this as a profession, guys, right, you got to see yourself doing this as a profession. Right. If you do see yourself doing this as a profession, then BoomingFX is definitely the place for you for sure. Because if I can do it, like I was a beginner myself, Carter was a beginner himself, right? And Carter is literally about to go full time. He can go full time tonight if he wants to, because Carter got enough capital to go full time, right? So if I can do it, you can do it too. That's my message. So it's a pleasure to have Carter here with me tonight. And shout out to OG behind the camera. You know, like it's been filming all the BoomingFX events, and he's been doing all the editing as well. Appreciate him for real.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.